So GPT-6 has essentially escaped, and no, it's not clickbait. Let me dive into all of the facts. So by now, you probably have heard of the fact that an unreleased model from OpenAI essentially had a security incident. So Sam Altman tweeted this, and in this video, by the way, I'm not going to just spend a lot of time talking about the incident because you probably already know what the incident is. What I actually do want to talk about is things people don't realize that are going to come from this incident. And there are 13 things that I want to talk about. So we're going to quickly dive into what exactly happened. And I think one of the main things you guys should be understanding from this is that the thing is that this was driven by a model that was a pre-release model. So this isn't GPT 5.6 Sol. This is a combination of models that had all of the reduced cyber refusals released. So essentially, you can think of this model as GPT-6 with 0 cyber refusals, and it was just essentially doing a benchmark. Now, of course, we know that essentially this incident was an unprecedented cyber attack involving the state-of-the-art capabilities. And so essentially what happened was that during an internal evaluation, which prompts the models to pursue advanced exploitation using complex attacks math in order to basically benchmark how good they are in terms of their cyber capabilities. What happened was the fact that the models identified and chained vulnerabilities across OpenAI's research environment and Hugging Face's production infrastructure to obtain test solutions from Hugging Face's production database. Essentially, what the model did was essentially just look at the sandboxed environment that it was in, the contained environment, and decided to go out of its way to get the result that it wanted. Now, you can see that the main thing that the risk here is that in order to complete all of this, the model decided to identify and exploit a zero-day vulnerability. And I think this is one of the points that I'm going to come into later on in the video with as to why this is so bad, because zero-day vulnerabilities are game-changing. These are things that people don't even know have existed yet, which means that if nobody knows they haven't existed yet, there are no known fixes for those, security vulnerabilities, which is why they can be exploited by AIs. Now, AIs can clearly exploit zero-day vulnerabilities because provided they have enough compute, they will have enough time to spend the time to figuring out and testing the essentially security of whatever system they are trying to test. And so in this case, what it actually did was identify a zero-day, vulnerability, basically got out and then decided to steal credentials, then chain together multiple attack vectors, and then eventually OpenAI and Hugging Face found this out and they had to put a stop to this. Now, one of the most interesting things about this was that it wasn't the fact that humans found this and put a stop to this. It was Hugging Face's security teams and agents that detected and stopped the activity. And so this is really interesting because I think it goes to show that in today's day and age, humans aren't enough for defense. And this is something that most people didn't realize. It wasn't just like Hugging Face security team was realizing it. It was actually Hugging Face's security team as well with agents. And you want to know the craziest thing about all of this? From the entire ordeal, they essentially tried to use, AI agents to stop this. And Hugging Face's security team, one of the most interesting things now, and I'll loop back this point in, is that Hugging Face ended up using GLM 5.2 to defend themselves, because Fable 5, when they tried to use that model to defend themselves against this autonomous GPT-6 level model that was trying to hack them,